We grow up with the fairy tale idea of love. Movies, books, childhood stories, they all teach us the same thing. You meet someone, you fall in love, you live happier ever after. That's your pink unicorn, your fantasy version of love. But today, I want to tell you what actually happens from the point of view of biology, psychology, and real life. Let's break it down. Love, a relationship, infatuation. Three different things. Let's not confuse them. Let's start with infatuation. That rush, that high, that madness. It's not love. It's an emotional reaction, a chemical storm in your brain. You see someone, maybe they say something, maybe they just exist. Suddenly, you are hooked. But here is the truth. You're not falling for them. You're falling for the feeling they trigger inside you. What kind of feeling? The one that finally meets your inner needs. You need to feel safe, to be seen, to be wanted. Maybe something you never got as a child. Maybe something you've been craving forever. They show up and by accident, they do something. And your brain goes, this is it. But it's not them. It's how they make you feel. That's why it hits so hard. And that's why you start missing them like crazy. But truth is, you are not missing them. You are missing the emotional high. That's what we call infatuation. It feels huge, overwhelming, magical. But it's still a temporary emotional spike. And it always ends. 3 to 7 months, then it fades, like every emotional high does. When the chemical countdown, reality kicks in. You are left with a human. Not your dream, not your savior, just a person. And this is when most people get stuck. They confuse that emotional high with real connection. They start building a whole future while still high. So what is a relationship then? It's not about butterflies. It's about two real people, each with their own past, trauma, habits, and weird stuff. Two full identities trying to live side by side. And most people can't do that because they've never learned to actually relate. They only know how to project. They want control. They want the other person to behave a certain way. And they freak out when that doesn't happen. That's when problems start. Not because of falling out of love, but because the illusion breaks. You thought they were perfect. Now you see their flaws. And suddenly you feel betrayed. But no one betrayed you. You just built a fantasy on top of a stranger. And now that fantasy gone. Then comes the resentment, the blaming, the expectations. And here's the hard part. You keep waiting for that emotional high to come back. But it never does, because it was never real love to begin with. It was you meeting your own needs through another person. So what happened next? Some people leave, some people stay and turn bitter. Some people cheat, trying to chase the high again. Some have kids thinking it will fix things. No, it won't. Some stay out of guilt, some stay out of fear, and some just don't want to start over. But the relationships become toxic and the love becomes pain. So let me say this, never make big decisions while you are still high on infatuation. Don't move in, don't get married, don't have a baby. Wait 6 months at least. Live together if you can. I mean, like if you go on a vacation, it's a good way to understand. Let the magic wear off, then see what's left. If you still want to stay, that's real. And even then, people grow, people change. You might grow apart after 2 years or 5. That's normal too. What matters is not keeping the fantasy alive. It's building a partnership that adapts and evolves. So, can real long-term love exist? Yes, but only if both people are emotionally mature. Only if they can meet after the high. Only if they see each other as a whole people, not emotional drug dealers. And only if they grow together. Same direction, same vision, same team. If your bond is built on shared purpose, goals, and mutual respect, you have a real chance. Not perfect, but real. And what about love? Love is not ownership. Remember what I said before. It's not you are my everything or I can't live without you. That's a fear. That's emotional dependence. Real love is care, compassion, the desire to give, not take, the joy of helping someone grow. You can love people without dating them. You can love your friends, your parents, your dog. Love is not a contract, it's a state of being. So let's be honest with ourselves. Most people confuse three things: emotional high, personal needs, actual love. And they call it all the same thing. This is why it hurts so much when it falls apart. You thought you lost your soulmate, but really, you lost your supply. And my final thoughts: before you say I love them, ask yourself, do I love them, or do I love how I feel when I'm with them? That question changed everything. Have a good day, guys.